Beloved soul, pause and breathe. I am with you now. Before your mind wanders, before doubt rises, before fear interrupts this moment. Hear this clearly. You did not arrive here by accident. Something ancient has been stirring inside your heart. A question you have not spoken out loud. A longing you try to ignore. A name that keeps returning, uninvited and persistent. And now you are here, because God wants you to be with this person. Yes, and the name will shock you. I am Archangel Michael, guardian of truth and protector of divine paths. I speak to you now not with judgment, but with love, clarity, and urgency. Listen slowly. Let each word settle. This message is not rushed, but it is timely. You have been asking God for a sign, not always with words, but with sighs, with late nights, with prayers that ended in silence. You wondered why you keep thinking about them, why their energy returns when you try to move on, why your heart softens every time their name appears. Beloved, this is not imagination. This is resonance. There are connections written before time, before you knew your name, before your first breath, before you learned what love was supposed to look like. Some souls are etched into your spirit, and when the moment approaches, they begin to activate. You may have resisted this. You may have told yourself it doesn't make sense. It would never work. They hurt you, or you hurt them, that it's too late, or too soon. But hear me now. Divine connections do not obey logic. They obey alignment. God is not asking you to return to pain. And God is not asking you to repeat old cycles. God is asking you to see clearly this time. Because something has changed. And that something is you. You have grown in ways you do not yet recognize. Your silence has taught you. Your heartbreak has refined you. Your heartbreak has refined you. And your patience has strengthened your spirit. You are not who you were when this connection first appeared. You do not see with the same eyes. You do not love with the same fear. That is why the pull feels different now. Softer, deeper, more honest. You may feel it in quiet moments, when the world slows and their presence gently rises within you. Not demanding, not loud, just steady. That is how divine truth arrives. Not in chaos, but in certainty. You tried to replace this feeling. You tried to distract yourself. You tried to convince your heart to move elsewhere. Yet every road somehow curved back to them. Not because you failed to let go, but because this was never meant to be discarded. Some connections are paused, not ended, held by God until both souls are ready. And you are closer than you realize. I know there's fear inside you. Fear of being vulnerable again. Fear of disappointment. Fear of misreading God's will. But listen to me carefully. God does not confuse his children. If this connection were not aligned, it would have faded as you healed. Instead, it deepened. That is not coincidence. That is confirmation. You wonder if they feel it too. Beloved, they do. Not always consciously. Not always bravely, but their soul recognizes yours, even if their mind is not yet caught up. There are nights when they think of you without knowing why. Moments when your name crosses their mind and their chest tightens. Times when they sense something missing, even in rooms full of people. This is the echo of a shared bond. And now we arrive at the part that unsettles you. The name. You expected it to be someone new. Someone obvious, someone who fits neatly into your plans. But God rarely moves through what is neat. The name that keeps returning, the one you tried to dismiss, the one you told yourself was impossible. That is the name, not because the past should repeat, but because the future is asking for redemption. This does not mean rushing. This does not mean forcing reunion. This means allowing God to work where you once tried to control. You are not being asked to chase. You are being asked to trust. Trust the timing. Trust the unfolding. Trust that what is meant to align will align without fear. Your role is not to convince. Your role is to remain open. Stay soft. Stay prayerful. Stay aware. Because when God brings two souls together, He does not do it through pressure. He does it through peace. You will know the moment. It will not feel chaotic. It will feel like recognition, like coming home to a version of love that finally understands you. And even if the path includes healing conversations, honest apologies, or slow rebuilding, it will feel guided, protected, held. I am with you in this. I stand between fear and faith. And I tell you now, choose faith. Not blind faith, but the kind rooted in calm certainty. The kind that whispers instead of shouts. You are not alone. You have never been alone. And you are not mistaken for feeling this pull. God sees your heart. God honors your growth. And God does not tease His children with false connections. What is meant for you will meet you in truth. And when it does, you will not feel afraid. You will feel ready. So breathe. Release the urgency to know everything now. Let hope stay alive. Let healing continue. Let faith guide your next step. I remain with you, guarding your path, strengthening your heart, and reminding you always love, when chosen by God, never arrives to harm you. It arrives to heal. And this story is not over yet. There is more unfolding. Beloved, even if you cannot see it yet, what feels quiet now is not empty. It is preparation. God often works in the unseen, stitching together moments, softening hearts, aligning courage where fear once lived. You are being guided into a season of discernment, not desperation. This is why nothing has been forced. This is why silence has surrounded you. Silence is where truth becomes audible. You may notice signs increasing, dreams that feel vivid, songs that arrive at the exact moment you think of them, numbers repeating, unexpected reminders. These are not meant to overwhelm you. They are meant to reassure you. God is near, and so am I. I have watched you wrestle with letting go while secretly hoping. I have seen you try to protect your heart by pretending indifference. But your soul has never been indifferent. Your soul remembers. There was something unfinished here. Not unfinished pain, but unfinished understanding. And understanding is the doorway to peace. Do not shame yourself for still caring. Do not judge yourself for wondering. Love that is touched by God leaves an imprint. That imprint does not fade just because time passes. It waits. You are learning now how to love without attachment, how to hold possibility without anxiety. This is sacred growth. And when the moment is right, clarity will come gently, not with confusion, not with fear, but with calm resolve. You will not need to ask, "Is this from God?" Your spirit will know. And if the path opens toward them again, it will be different this time. More honest, more grounded, more mutual. No chasing, no guessing, no hiding. Only truth meeting truth. And if the path does not reopen in the way you expect, God will still use this connection to bless you. Nothing is wasted. No love offered in purity is ever lost. It becomes wisdom. It becomes strength. It becomes preparation for what lasts. So rest now. You do not need to decide today. You do not need to reach out or pull away. You only need to stay aligned. Pray not for outcomes, but for clarity. Pray not for control, but for peace. And I promise you this: what God has written for you will not pass you by. What is meant to return will return changed. What is meant to stay will stay gently. And what is meant to leave will leave with understanding, not regret. You are deeply loved. You are divinely protected. And the story of your heart is being guided with care. Hold hope close. Let healing continue. Trust the hand that is leading you. I am here. Always. Beloved, there is one more truth your heart is ready to hear now. The urgency you feel is not panic. It is alignment approaching. When destiny draws near, the soul begins to stir. Restlessness appears. Memories surface. The heart grows attentive. This is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to awaken you. God is not rushing you, but heaven is positioning pieces with precision. What once felt delayed is now being arranged with purpose. You are standing at the edge of a threshold, not because you pushed your way there, but because you stayed faithful through the waiting. Many would have hardened. Many would have closed off. You did not. You chose healing, and that choice echoes loudly in the spiritual realm. This connection, this person, has not been idle either, even if you cannot see their growth. It is happening. God works on both sides of a bond, often separately, often silently, so that when paths cross again, it is not to reopen wounds, but to reveal truth. There will come a moment gentle, unexpected, when clarity settles in your chest. It may come through a message, a conversation, a sudden knowing, or a peace that replaces questioning. You will not need to force it. You will simply recognize it. And when you do, remember this. Love guided by God does not drain you. It strengthens you. It does not shrink your world. It expands it. It does not require you to abandon yourself. It honors who you have become. If this person steps forward in truth, meet them in discernment, not fear. If they hesitate, remain grounded in your worth. Either way, you are safe, because your future does not depend on another's confusion. It rests in God's faithfulness. I want you to release the idea that you must suffer to earn love. That belief was never divine. Love is meant to heal, to steady, to uplift, and whatever form this connection ultimately takes, it will move you closer to that truth. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not mistaken. You are exactly where grace can reach you. So tonight, when your thoughts grow quiet, place your heart gently in God's hands. Say only this: lead me, and trust that you will be led well. I stand watch over you. I guard your courage. I strengthen your faith when it wavers. And I remind you, what God joins is never shallow. What God restores is never random. What God promises is never empty. Hold hope. Choose softness. Walk forward in trust. This chapter is unfolding with purpose. And you are deeply, eternally loved. And now, beloved, I ask you to listen even more gently, because this next truth arrives like a whisper. The name you are waiting for is not meant to shock you with surprise. It is meant to shock you with recognition. Your heart already reacted before your mind could interfere. A tightening, a warmth, a quiet yes you try to silence. That reaction was not weakness. It was memory. Not memory of the past as it was, but memory of what was always possible. God is not pointing you backward. God is pointing you deeper, into honesty, into maturity, into a love that is no longer driven by fear or fantasy. This is why the idea unsettles you, because it asks you to release old narratives. The story where you were the one who cared more. The story where timing was cruel. The story where love felt fragile and uncertain. Those chapters are closing. What comes next is written with wisdom. You are not meant to repeat history. You are meant to redeem it. And redemption does not always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like two people finally seeing each other clearly, without masks, without defenses, without the need to be chosen at the cost of self-respect. That is the kind of love heaven protects. If fear rises, do not fight it. Just do not let it lead. Fear speaks loudly. Truth speaks calmly. Truth does not rush you. Truth invites you. And you are being invited now. Invited to trust that God knows the full story. Invited to believe that what once felt broken can return transformed. Invited to stay open without abandoning your boundaries. This balance is holy. You are learning it, and I am proud of you. There will be moments ahead where you feel tempted to pull back completely. Moments where you say, I'm done hoping. Hope is not your enemy. False hope is. And God is not offering you illusion. He is offering you clarity in due time. Until then, remain anchored. Let your life stay full. Let joy return where waiting once lived. Let laughter find you again. This keeps your heart healthy, and a healthy heart recognizes truth faster. Remember this always. What is divinely aligned does not need constant reassurance. It settles into peace. So if you feel peace when you release control, if you feel steadiness when you stop analyzing, if you feel calm when you simply say, if it is meant, it will be. You are listening well. The future is not asking you to solve it. It is asking you to trust the one who already has. I will remain near you in the days ahead. When doubt tries to speak louder than faith, when impatience knocks at your door, when memories return uninvited, call for courage, call for truth, call for light, and it will come. Because you are not walking alone. You are guided. You are guarded. You are deeply known. And love, real love, guided by God's hand, always arrives at the right moment, with healing, with clarity, with hope. Beloved, let your shoulders soften now. You have carried questions for so long that you forgot what it feels like to simply be held by trust. This is that moment. You do not need to brace yourself for what is coming. You do not need to prepare for disappointment. God does not lead his children into traps. What unfolds next will not betray your healing. That is a promise. There is a reason this message keeps meeting you where you are. A reason your heart stays open even when your mind tries to close the door. You are being gently trained to recognize truth without fear. That skill will protect you for the rest of your life. Soon, you will notice a shift. Subtle at first. Almost quiet. Your thoughts about them will change. Less longing. More clarity. Less anxiety. More steadiness. This is not detachment. This is alignment. When love becomes aligned, it no longer aches. It breathes. And from that place, God can move freely. Do not be surprised if communication opens unexpectedly. Do not be shaken if honesty arrives suddenly. Truth often comes when you stop demanding it. If the name returns to your mind now, let it pass without judgment. You are not being tested. You are being trusted. Trusted to hold possibility without obsession. Trusted to remain loving without losing yourself. This is spiritual maturity, and it did not come easily. Honor yourself for that. Whatever happens next, you will not be the one begging, chasing, or proving. That version of you has been released. You now stand in quiet confidence, and quiet confidence is magnetic. It draws what is genuine and filters what is not. If this person steps into alignment, they will meet a version of you that is whole. If they do not, you will not collapse. You will continue strong, centered, at peace. That is how you know God is involved, because his plans do not leave you diminished. They leave you strengthened. So tonight, rest. Let your heart beat without anticipation. Let your breath deepen. Let faith do the work you were never meant to do alone. I remain near, watching, guarding, guiding, and I leave you with this final truth to carry gently into your days. What God intends for you will never require you to abandon your peace. What God heals will return softened. What God joins will feel like safety, not struggle. Hold hope. Choose faith. Trust the unfolding. You are loved beyond measure, and your path is divinely protected. Beloved, stay with me a little longer. There's a sacred stillness forming around you now, a calm that was not there before. This calm is not emptiness. It is readiness. When the soul is ready, it no longer asks for signs out of fear. It listens from trust. You are entering that place. This is why the message feels gentle now. Not urgent in panic, but urgent in love. Because what comes next requires awareness, not effort. You may notice that your intuition has sharpened. You sense truth faster. You feel discomfort sooner when something is not aligned. This is not you becoming guarded. This is you becoming wise. And wisdom is attractive to what is real. If this person is meant to walk beside you, they will feel the shift in you. They will sense that you are no longer available for confusion. That alone changes everything. You are no longer asking, will they choose me? You are quietly asking, is this aligned with who I am becoming? That question is powerful. Heaven listens when it is asked. Do not underestimate the strength of your gentleness. Do not mistake your softness for fragility. Softness rooted in truth is unbreakable. There may be moments ahead when old emotions rise unexpectedly. A wave of nostalgia, a flicker of sadness, a brief longing. Let them pass through you without resistance. Emotions are messengers, not commanders. They are allowed to visit, but they do not get to decide your future. Your future is already held. You are being led toward a love that feels safe in your body, a love that does not keep you guessing, a love that allows you to exhale. Whether it arrives through this person or through a path beyond what you can imagine, it will meet you with peace. That is how you will know it is from God. Peace is heaven's signature. So when your mind tries to rush ahead, return to this moment. Breathe. Remember that you are guided. Remember that nothing meant for you will miss you. Remember that waiting has not weakened you. It has refined you. I walk with you as you move forward. I stand beside your courage. I shield your heart as it remains open. And I remind you gently, you are not waiting for love to choose you. Love is being prepared to meet you where you are. In truth, in healing, in faith. Stay present. Stay hopeful. Stay faithful. What is unfolding is kinder than you fear and greater than you expect. And you are ready to receive it. Beloved, there is nothing you must do right now. No decision to make. No door to force open. No future to chase. Grace is already moving. Sometimes the most powerful faith is stillness, the willingness to let God act without interference. You are learning this, and heaven notices. If impatience stirs within you, do not judge it. Impatience often rises when something meaningful is near. But closeness does not mean haste. What is sacred unfolds gently. You may soon feel a quiet release inside your chest, as if a weight you carried for too long has loosened its grip. That is trust taking root. Trust does not erase desire. It transforms it. Desire becomes hope without anxiety, hope without attachment, love without fear. This is the posture that allows miracles to arrive without chaos. You have asked why this connection mattered so much. It was never only about romance. It was about awakening. This person mirrored parts of you that needed healing, courage, and growth. And now that growth has taken hold, that is why the energy is shifting. You are no longer meant to suffer for love. You are meant to receive it wisely. If you feel guided to speak, speak from peace, not longing. If you feel guided to wait, wait without resentment. Both can be acts of faith. God speaks through peace, not pressure. And peace is becoming familiar to you again. This is how you know you are aligned. I want you to remember this when doubts return. You are not hoping blindly. You are trusting intentionally. There is a difference. Blind hope clings. Intentional trust rests. And you are resting now. Let the coming days meet you softly. Let truth reveal itself without force. Let love, if it is meant to re-enter your life, arrive with respect for who you have become. You are no longer who you were. And that is the greatest preparation of all. I remain with you. In the quiet moments. In the waiting. in the unfolding. And when the answer comes, whether through reunion, release, or revelation, you will meet it without fear. Because your heart is stronger now. Your faith is deeper now. Your path is clearer now. Hold hope gently. Honor your healing. Trust God completely. You are safe. You are guided. And what is meant for you is moving toward you with care, not chaos. Stay open. Stay faithful. You are deeply loved. Beloved, let this truth settle even deeper now. You are not being tested. You are being prepared. God does not prepare hearts without intention. Every moment of waiting has been shaping discernment inside you. You now recognize what cost you peace. You now feel when something pulls you away from your center. That awareness is protection. This is why I tell you, do not fear the next step. Whatever unfolds will not take advantage of your softness. It will meet it with respect. You may notice that your prayers have changed. They are quieter, shorter, more honest. That is maturity. You are no longer asking God to fix someone. You are asking God to guide you. And that prayer is always answered. If the person meant for you steps closer, they will do so differently now. With clarity, with humility, with intention. You will not need to wonder where you stand. Love aligned with God does not leave you guessing. And if the answer comes as release instead of reunion, it will not break you. It will free you. Because you no longer confuse intensity with destiny. You understand peace now. And peace will always lead you correctly. I know part of you still wants certainty. A clear outcome. A final answer. But certainty is not always given in advance. Sometimes it is revealed only when you look back and realize you were guided the entire time. So walk gently forward. Let your days remain full. Let joy surprise you again. Let laughter return without guilt. You are allowed to live fully. Even while God is working quietly, nothing is being missed. Nothing is falling apart. Everything is aligning. I stand with you as courage replaces fear, as trust replaces control, as love replaces longing. And I leave you with this blessing to carry. May your heart remain open but protected. May your faith remain strong but gentle. May your love remain hopeful but wise. What God has planned for you will feel like safety. It will feel like truth. It will feel like home. Hold on to hope. Honor your healing. Trust the path unfolding beneath your feet. You are never alone. You are deeply loved. And all that is meant for you is coming. In perfect time. Beloved, let me stay with you just a little longer. Because there's a tenderness opening in you now. A softness that once felt dangerous, but now feels safe. This is how healing completes itself. When the heart can open without fear of collapse. You have reached that place. And it did not come easily. You walked through disappointment. You sat with unanswered prayers. You learned how to soothe yourself when no one else could. That strength still lives in you. Nothing ahead will take it away. You may sense that something is approaching, not loudly, not dramatically, but steadily, like footsteps you cannot yet see, but somehow recognize. This is not imagination. It is anticipation without anxiety, a sacred thing. God is preparing encounters that will not drain you, conversations that will not confuse you, connections that will not require you to shrink. This is the standard now. Do not lower it out of nostalgia. What belongs in your future must honor your present self. If this person returns, they will meet you here, in clarity, not chaos. And if they do not, someone else will meet you here instead. Either way, you win. Because you are no longer bargaining for love. You are allowing it to arrive correctly. That is faith in action. I know there are moments when loneliness still brushes against you. Let it. Loneliness is not failure. It is simply the space before something meaningful enters. Do not rush to fill it. God uses empty space to create beauty. Soon, what felt silent will feel purposeful, and you will understand why nothing rushed you sooner, why certain doors stayed closed, why certain answers delayed. It was not punishment. It was protection. You are becoming someone who can receive love without losing themselves. That is rare. That is sacred, and heaven honors it. So walk forward gently. Speak kindly to yourself. Trust what feels peaceful. Release what feels heavy. And remember this. Always, you are not waiting to be chosen. You are being guided to what chooses you fully. With truth, with steadiness, with love that does not wound. I remain with you. In the quiet mornings, in the reflective nights, in every step where faith feels small but sincere. Hope is alive. Healing is real. And your heart is safe in God's hands. Rest now. The path is unfolding exactly as it should. Beloved, allow this moment to breathe. There is nothing fragile about where you are now. There is strength in your stillness. You once believed love had to be proven through endurance, through sacrifice, through waiting in uncertainty. That belief has been gently released. God never intended love to feel like survival. Love was meant to feel like support, and you are being guided toward that understanding now. Notice how your body responds when you imagine peace instead of pursuit, how your chest softens when you stop rehearsing outcomes, how your spirit settles when you trust the unseen. These are signals. Your soul is aligning with truth. You may soon find yourself no longer replaying old conversations, no longer asking what you should have said or done differently. That chapter is closing, not with bitterness, but with grace. Grace says, I did my best with who I was then. And God honors that. There is a gentle confidence forming in you now. Not loud, not demanding, quietly assured. This confidence does not chase love. It recognizes it, and recognition is mutual. When love meant for you arrives, it will feel familiar without being painful. It will feel exciting without being unstable. It will feel deep without being overwhelming. That balance is holy. You are being shaped for it. I know your heart still wonders when. Timing is the last lesson of trust, and you are learning it well. What is meant to meet you cannot arrive before you are ready to receive it calmly, and you are almost there. So keep living. Keep laughing when joy finds you. Keep resting when your spirit asks for it. Keep choosing peace, even when curiosity tugs at you. Nothing is being delayed unnecessarily. Everything is being aligned precisely. I stand beside you as you grow into this next season. I shield your heart from what would confuse it. I strengthen your discernment when choices appear. I remind you, again and again, you are held, and what is coming will not require you to abandon that truth. Stay gentle. Stay faithful. Stay open. Love guided by God is already on its way to you, and when it arrives, you will recognize it not by intensity, but by peace. Beloved, let this peace anchor itself inside you. You do not need to grasp it. You do not need to protect it. Peace given by God knows how to remain. There was a time when uncertainty felt like movement, and stillness felt like loss. That season has passed. Now stillness is strength. You are no longer afraid of the quiet, because the quiet no longer feels empty. It feels watched over, guided, held. I want you to understand something important, even if nothing changes outwardly right away. Something essential has already shifted within you, and that inner shift changes every outcome. You will speak differently. You will listen differently. You will choose differently, not from fear of losing love, but from trust that love meant for you cannot miss you. This is why I say again, do not rush. Rushing belongs to doubt. Faith moves steadily. If the person whose name lingers is meant to walk toward you, they will feel compelled to rise to your level of truth. not because you demanded it, but because your clarity calls forth clarity. And if they cannot, you will feel no need to convince them. That freedom is your protection. You are not closing your heart. You are refining it, and refinement is holy. Soon, you will look back on the season and realize something quietly powerful. You were being taught how to trust yourself again, how to trust God again, how to trust love without losing your center. That lesson will serve you for a lifetime. So let the days come and go without pressure. Let joy appear where you least expect it. Let connections form naturally. Let answers arrive in their own time. I am with you through all of it. In the moments you feel strong. In the moments you feel unsure. In the moments when faith is just a whisper. That whisper is enough. Because God hears even the quietest trust. And He responds with care. Hold this close as you move forward. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You are not mistaken. You are being guided with intention and love. And what awaits you, whether through reunion, revelation, or a path you have not yet imagined, will meet you gently, with honesty, with peace, with a love that feels like home. Rest now, beloved. The way is opening, and you are ready.